save some tires because it might not want to let you use the blade on board here tonight because once he dumps out a little bit of
when the next caution should
have
come up
tires
and another come out, you will be
quite a bit of tires. And
so now every one of these drivers has gone off their road and we have
It's going to be a blast, and my gosh, can we not wait for that one. Good evening, race fans. It is that time of the week again. Welcome back to Monday Night Racing. We have the Fastlane Racing League 3Y TV Truck Series here at Phoenix for the Guyz 100. My name is Carlos Acosta, and I am 100% committed to this broadcast tonight. Don't you forget it. We're going to have a nice fun time here at Phoenix. This is not the current real-life Phoenix, but it is the current Phoenix that is available in iRacing. Either way, it's still a blast because this Phoenix also has that infamous dogleg. In this case, though, the dogleg is on technically the backstretch, exiting 2, going into, well, the actual backstretch. So, interesting to see, how these guys are going to adjust to that. But as always, it's going to be a blast. First things first, let's go ahead. That's the wrong button. First things first, let's go ahead and take a look at the current point standings. Here's we have a graphic that's provided by the Racing League, Fastlane Racing League. Let's go ahead and quickly take a glance over. Cal Zimmer is currently leading the point standings with David Wilson in second. He is 14 points behind, though, Ethan Thompson, the only other driver to have won a race this season. In third with Derek Castor fourth, Chris Roberge fifth, Tanner Sharp sixth, Fernando Matos in seventh. Tied for eighth is Eddie Hawks and Tom Johnson, and currently 10th is Wayne Lowe. Now, something to note about Wayne Lowe. All right, he sent me a message earlier today saying, "Hey, just to keep you up to speed, we're gonna be doing some things just a little bit different." And so he told me what's going to happen. He said due to the popularity of, not necessarily just the popularity, but the way that that this series is doing, his spotter, Justin Hughes, he's actually going to be driving the 19 truck from now, at the very least for now, but I believe it's going to be from now on. And on Tuesdays, Wayne is going to be driving the car with Wayne spotting for him. So they're kind of doing, hey, I'll spot you on Monday, and then you can spot for me on Tuesday type of deal. So we're not going to be seeing Wayne Lowe tonight, but he's still going to be there in our hearts and in Justin's ears. So that's really what's going to be happening with him. As we got a couple minutes left in this initial practice session. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Hope you guys have had a fantastic weekend since the last time I spoke to, since the last time I had the privilege of broadcasting this race or this series. So I hope everybody's having a great time. We got 2 minutes left. Do want to have a quick shout out. I know the people from the Paralyzed Veterans of America Central Florida chapter is watching. Huge shout out to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's race. So, another thing, and I don't have the graphic for this, unfortunately. I should have gotten. I'm not sure where it went, but I also do want to quickly talk about the team standings. This league does have team standings, and in the top of the standings is Pro Edge Racing. They're currently number 1 with 2 wins in the season, with Cerebral Palsy Motorsports in second place, 9 points behind. 43 points and back is third place and down. It's Neverlap Motorsports, Sharp Motorsports, 110 Racing, Guyz Racing, River Motorsports, Joe Torres Racing, George Mauroff Incorporated, Rocket Racing Esports, and Primal Racing in that order. So that's what the current team standing is looking like for right now. But of course, that's always going to be changing, especially this early on into the season. This is race number 4 of the season, so a lot of things are going to change. And while we still have a couple seconds left in this practice before we do go on to qualifying, let's go ahead and tackle just quickly go over for this race. So 100 laps here for the Guyz 100. Once again, shout out to the Guyz. A great band, check them out. They decided to sponsor the first 10 events of this season. All right. The driver's only going to have 2 fast repairs, and as always, they have 70% fuel. For tonight, they have 8 sets of tires, which should be plenty for these guys. It's not going to be an issue. So it's going to be a fun race. Short tracks at Phoenix, 100% always a blast, as we're going to get ready for qualifying. Practice is over, and leading practice was Tanner Sharp. He did a great job on practice. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to see. He actually got the fastest lap time, tied with Luke Nupp, but it looks like iRacing awarded him the tiebreaker there. So, shout out to Tanner Sharp. Might be a strong contender for the pole. Let's see what we can find out on track right now. I'm seeing Nate Catilla out on track. Nate Catilla, fantastic driver from CP Motorsports. He's been improving day in and day out. Nate Catilla in the 3YTV truck. I believe number 24 may also be in the 3YTV truck. I'm not sure, but Nate Catilla gets a little loose there right before he starts his lap. So that would affect him a little bit, but these drivers do have 2 laps. And a funny, interesting story. This was almost a 1-lap qualifying session. They weren't sure what had happened, but it seems like it was accidentally created for 1 lap. One of the drivers caught on to it earlier today and alerted one of the admins, and they were able to fix it. So it would have been pretty hilarious if there was only 1 lap for qualifying. Kyle Zimmer out on track as well. Look for him to always be hot, as Eddie Hawks is currently your fastest driver, provisional pole. Kyle Zimmer in the middle of turns 1 and 2, getting ready to go into that backstretch. Gonna take the dog leg, just a little dog leg, not too much. All right, you don't want to take it too much. It's always hard because you're gonna be putting yourself at a disadvantage going into turns 3 and 4. So you have to pick and choose your battle as to when you want to take that dog leg. Let's see if we can go on board one of these drivers. Go on board Derek Castor. Alright, what an awesome 2 laps by Derek Castor. Let's go see where he's going to end up. That first lap was the fastest lap. He's currently at 3rd. Currently, your top 3 is Luke Nupp, Eddie Hawks, Derek Castor, David Wilson, Kyle Zimmer, Ethan Thompson, Frank Hughes, Fernando Matos, Joshua Riddle, and Nate Catilla. Only 12 drivers have qualified. I have put in a time, I should say. Connor Berry and Johnny Berardi are the 2 other drivers that have posted a lap time. That are 11th and 12th. Christopher Birch, Tanner Sharp, Justin Hughes are out on track. And Tanner Sharp, 2nd fastest lap time. What a move! Oh no, he got loose. Exiting turn number 2, and that's something all these drivers are going to have to battle tonight, making sure they're able to keep their car underneath them. Taking a look at what lap time Chris Roberts is going to put in. The 14th, that's the 14th fastest lap. Not seeing anybody else on track, and with 1 minute and 21 seconds, there's still plenty of time for some of these drivers that haven't posted in a lap time to go in there and get something posted. But considering the fact that I'm not seeing anybody out on track besides the number 19, who's already posted in a lap time, he's currently 13th. I have a feeling that Luke Nupp might end up. Wow, I didn't see that happening. Justin Hugh and Chris Roberts were both able to best their first lap time there on the 2nd lap time. They both improved. They're now 10th and 11th respectively. So what a move. With 45 seconds to go, nobody else on track. I think it's going to be Luke Nupp's pole position. And just like that, we're all gonna get ready to start a brand new race, 100 laps at Phoenix International Raceway. And it's gonna be quite fun. It's gonna be interesting to see what these guys may just be capable of pulling off tonight. But before we can get this race started, we do need to see where everybody is qualified for tonight's race. Let's go ahead and start up the music. Hold on, stop the music. All right, start it back up again. Yeah, that's more like it. All right, starting on the pole today, the number 1 of Luke Knupp from Rocket Racing Setups. Fantastic drive by Luke Knupp. Definitely showed he knows what it takes to maybe get tonight's race victory. Tanner Sharp starting in second, Eddie Hawks in third. Derek Castor's going to be starting fourth with David Wilson in fifth. Kyle Zimmer in sixth with Ethan Thompson. Right behind him is seventh. Frank Hughes, number 19, is the replacement driver. Well, I don't know if replacement's the correct term, but he's going to be driving that number 19 in eighth. Fernando Matos in ninth with Justin Hughes in 10th. Chris Roberts is going to be starting this race off in 11th place with Joshua Riddle in 12th. Nate Catilla, Connor Berry, and Johnny Berardi round out your top 15. Thomas Johnson's going to be starting this race from 16th alongside Billy Wise. The number 32 Chevrolet, Doug McCollum, Brian Lowhead. Cody Clark is going to be your top 20 with Andrew Smith, David Eberly, Joe Torres, and Wayne Lowe. He's not supposed to be racing tonight, as I can see Wayne Lowe should be a spotter, but he may have joined in as a driver. Not sure if he's actually going to be participating tonight or not, but we'll see. As far as I could tell, he was not supposed to be driving tonight. And it doesn't look like he is even driving tonight, as some of these drivers are pulling off. Wayne Lowe may have joined as a driver, maybe out of habit. I've done that. I've been guilty of doing that, unfortunately. Pardon me there. We got that brand new iRacing pace car getting ready to go and enter pit road to get this race started. Pacetrack's off, the number 70. Oh, Pacetrack's not off. Pacetrack's off now, as the number 77 is getting ready to go. He's gonna hit the gas, and we're gonna go green on the Wise Guys 100. Green flag is out, and these drivers are itching to get this race started. Oh no, Eddie Hawks goes around. Caution flag is out, as the number 45 of Eddie Hawks took a mighty tumble there. He's got some damage. It's not going to be too bad, but that's not a good start for the number 45 of Eddie Hawks. Let's go back in time and take a look and see just what happened to this driver. Eddie Hawks starting the race off in third spot. A really good starting spot. Drives it in there, turns 1 and 2, no problem on the drive off. He tries to go down a little too low, gives it a little too much beans, and he's gonna go spinning it around and just make that's gonna be medium to hard contact with the inside wall. His truck should be fine, but all those positions gone in a matter of seconds. Let's take a look at it from the gyro cam. That's not the gyro cam. So number 45, Eddie Hawks suffering some damage. I'm also taking a look and I'm seeing Brian Lowe had Andrew Smith driving it down Pier Road in this early caution. Not sure what for, but I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. They'll just be dropping a little bit back. Of course, they were already towards the back to begin with, but that's what we're seeing right now. Of course, one lap in. Let's go see if, you know, I want to get a quick word. Let's hop on in there into Wayne's closet and just figure out just what happened. Wayne, Justin, you guys got a copy?
Yeah, we got you.
Got you, Carlos?
I hope you guys are all doing well. I got a quick question for Wayne, and then maybe I got a question for you, Justin. Well, very, very quickly, maybe not both. Wayne, did you join as a driver? Did you mean to do that?
I didn't. I had to use Justin's son's account to join in as a spotter now because she's joining as a driver. You can't join as a different role, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, quickly, Justin, this is your first race in the number 19 truck. You excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. You know, I've run some other stuff last year when we were kind of just messing around with the 87 Cup car. And got to know these guys a little bit, so it's good to be out here running against them again.
All right, well, we wish you good luck. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Carlos.
Thanks, man.
Second gear here.
All right, Rod's going to go on board with the number 19 and listen to Wayne Lowe's
Turn
spot
one,
for this
you know,
amazing.
Get off the gas.
Oh, for this
early.
driver.
Maybe not brake a little early, but get out of the gas a little early. Stay, 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 stay. Green. Outside, side by side. Outside grill checked up a little bit. Side by side with grill. Side by side. Second quarter. Outside Nando. Up in the third. Up in the third. Fender only. Fender. 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 Clear. Clear. Fender. Fender. Oh, cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Go all the way to the middle. Go all the way to the middle there. Car width. Car width still outside. Half car quarter. Half car quarter. Half car door. Tight. 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 Door. Tight. 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 Still there. Fender up by the wall. Fender up by the wall. You're clear. Clear by one behind. Oh! Outside fender. Up in the third. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Still gonna be there. Still there. Outside fender. Tight. Tight. Now inside. 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 Driving it a little too hard.
Ooh, you saw it right there. Some contact between the number 19 and Joshua Riddle. That's not going to be too happy. I'm sure the number 24 is not going to be too happy there with what happened there. As I do apologize. No, we got it right. All right, let's go see. Well, we saw it pretty clearly, but let's take a look and see the replay. Just, you know, maybe what happened there. We also saw Wayne Lowe talking, saying to Justin, he drove it just a little bit too hard, but that's something that they're all going to be dialing in very, very quickly. There was some smoke up ahead. I apologize. That's not the 24. It's a 14. Oh my goodness, I'm blind as a bat. Ethan Thompson. 24 did get involved. I was thinking, yeah, there we go. I was taking a look at the first crash report I saw. That was number 14 of Ethan Thompson. And we got a couple drivers going down Pear Road. We'll go through them after we're done here. But we saw number 19 and 14 make some contact, and that's going to shove the 14 up into the wall and into the 24, and Billy Y is also involved, unfortunately for him. Let's go on board Joshua Riddle. Let's go ahead and get the gyro cam up and running and see if, you know, just how hard of a hit it was for Ethan. That's not the gyro cam. That's also not the driver I wanted to go to. Cutting in the dog leg, we saw many of these drivers. We even heard Wayne Lowe telling Justin, cut the dog leg, cut the dog leg. Unfortunate for number 24. Whether he cut the dog leg or not, he would have probably been involved in that incident anyways. And then last but not least, let's go on board Billy Wise and see what he saw. Ooh, that's heavy damage. For sure, he's going to need to take a fast repair. These drivers have 2 fast repairs tonight. And some of these drivers already have had to use 1 or 2 of them. Base lights are off. We're going to be going back green soon. The drivers that went down Pear Road, I believe, are Eddie Hawks, Dirk Castor, Chris Roberge, all the drivers essentially 13th and back have gone down Pear Road on this last caution. Gonna get ready to have a restart here tonight. Get these drivers another chance to prove what they got here. Keep on calling it the pace truck. I'm used to calling it the pace truck. It's a pace car, and the pace car is off the racetrack. Number 77 and 3 itching to go side by side again into turns 1 and 2. Green flag is back out, and the 77 and Luke Nuff is back off to a demanding lead as Tanner Sharp clears himself from anybody else and is already by himself in second. Number 25, Kyle Zimmer. That's who I meant to talk about. He's cleared himself and is now solely in position of third as Frank Hughes, Justin Hughes are all driving on fourth and fifth. Great drive by Luke Nupp, but Tanner Sharp right now behind that. I believe somebody's wrecking in the back. We have some damaged race trucks. No caution out yet though. But we do have some damaged race trucks. That's number 61, David Everly, and I don't think I can get a replay of what happened, but that's some heavy damage to David. Actually, let's go back and see if we can catch something maybe with Brian Lowhead. There's a 61. There's the 14 to 98. Tanner Sharp just ran the fastest lap time of the race. Oh no, that number, I think it's the 28 of Connor Berry. Not sure what happened with him. Something happened. But Connor Berry got himself involved in something. We saw him there on the inside. He's already got some front end damage. Oh, no, too much beans! And into the outside wall he goes and collects another driver with him as David Everly has gone down pit road. We're not sure if his night is done. He may still have a fast repair to use, but right now there's a battle, and that battle is for the race lead as Tanner Sharp is looking to get right behind Luke Nupp and try to get that lead as Connor Berry has now dropped into pit lane. That's something I wanted to click. There we go. Tanner Sharp, always a driver to fear at any track, especially at short tracks and even more so at super speedways. But Tanner Sharp is there, of course, 14 laps into this 100 lap race. The night is still young, but Tanner Sharp knows he doesn't want to waste any time and wants to get to that inside, get himself that spot as he's trying to go side by side for the race lead. Side by side, these two drivers go through 3 and 4. Will anybody give it too much beans? Nobody knows. As the number 77 gets a fantastic drive off the corner, leaving Tanner Sharp in his dust. 77 is going to successfully hold on a challenge there from Tanner Sharp. And take a look on board. Whoa, what happened there in the bad turn number 2 for the 77? I had no idea what happened, but Tanner Sharp got a drive off, an amazing drive off the corner, and was able to get the lead. Drives it deep into 3 and 4. The 77's looking on the inside. 15 laps into this race, and it's already excitement central here. Start finish line, we have a brand new race leader. Give that point to the number 3 of Tanner Sharp as Tanner Sharp gonna secure onto the lead and maybe start pulling away from the number 77. Kyle Zimmer also there. Kyle Zimmer has won already this season. He's won 2 races this season as he's looking to maybe get himself a 3rd win and try to prevent there being a 3rd driver from winning a race. But right now the top 3 is Tanner Sharp, Luke Nupp, and Kyle Zimmer. On your vertical ticker, you're going to be seeing the gap, and then of course on the horizontal ticker for the first couple laps, I do apologize for getting it, you're going to be seeing the intervals. So that's how many seconds, that's how many seconds they are behind the person in front of them in position. So that's why the numbers are going to be jumbling all around the place in the horizontal ticker. Tanner Sharp pulling away from Luke Nupp. Kyle Zimmer's kind of staying around there with Luke, no issues there. Let's go a little bit back in the field, see if we can find any battles. We see the number 29 of Joe Torres. He's currently your race's biggest mover, plus 11 spots from where he started in 2030. He is currently up to 12. So Joe Torres looking to be running very, very strong tonight. Got side-by-side racing between Fernando Matos and the number 45 of Eddie Hawks. We saw Eddie Hawks start this race in 3rd, make a mistake in the exit of turn number 2, and unfortunately cost him a bunch of spots, but he's trying to regroup them slowly but surely. It looks like he did not repair his damage, So I should say he did not elect to use a fast repair, so he still has some race damage. But don't put away that number 45. There's a reason he qualified third, and sure, he made a mistake on lap 1, but he's trying to recover, and he's trying to recover very, very quickly. Let's go on board one of these drivers and just listen to that engine purr as they're trying to see what other battles may be going on around the racetrack. Whoa! That was very close. I think the 45 made a costly mistake there, got a little tight, and lost a couple spots trying to get by the number 4 Naked Tail. I actually thought they were going to make contact, but great driving for the 45 to not get into number 4. And while he has lost a couple spots, he's able to have a clean car. A car that isn't any more damaged, and number 4 is still out there racing in this original spot. This battle here in the middle of the pack is picking up massive steam. As this is essentially a battle for 9th, with Naked being in 9th place, but realistically it's a battle for 10th as number 29 of Joe Torres gets around the number 32 of Billy Wise, putting Joe Torres putting Joe Torres in the top 10 for the first time tonight. 13 spots higher than when he started the race. 23 laps into this 100-lap race. We are almost a quarter of the way through, and the 29 is charging up to the front. Abby Hawks trying to get himself back up into the top 10. Is currently battling Billy Wise for 11th. Billy Wise losing 2 spots there within those last couple laps, but don't look now. Ethan Thompson's also there, trying to make sure something doesn't happen. In the meantime, I completely forgot about the battle up in the front. Kyle Zimmer has gone by Luke Nupp, but not only that, David Wilson has also gone by Luke Nupp. And since I started talking, Frank Hughes has gone by Luke Nupp. Luke Nupp's dropped in positions left and right. Oh my goodness, he's got some damage. Something happened. He's also hit into the back of the 83 there, but the number 77 Luke Nupp has some massive right side damage. Let me see if we can maybe pull something up and see if we can find a replay of what happened there. Let's see just how far back maybe this happened. Here we're going on board. This is going to be the battle for second. At the time, 77 was currently in second. Number 25 of Kyle Zimmer was going to go right by. Oh, there it is. We saw it right there. Luke Nupp smacked that outside wall, trying to hold on to second place. And unfortunate, that damage is not helping him one bit as he's been dropping positions left and right. Currently in 6th place, he's been passed by Derek Castor as well. As number 12 of Derek Castor, trying to get himself back up to where he started this race in 4th, but currently running in 5th, gonna cut the dog leg with Luke Nupp, as he's battling side by side with Frank Hughes, almost going 3 wide. I believe that's the number 24, Joshua Riddle. 24, Joshua Riddle going 1 lap down in this race very early on. He has front end damage from what we saw in the last caution. Elected to not use the fast repair, and it may be costing him as Luke Nupp just pounded that outside wall. Oh no, heavy damage to that number 77. 27 laps into this race. Tanner Sharp is doing a good job leading this race. Let's go on board and just see how he handles these corners for a little bit. Number 3 at Tanner Sharp doing an excellent job holding on to the lead. He's been running some decent lap times. Let's take a look at comparison to see how he and Cal Zimmer have been averaging out, and it looks like Tanner Sharp is looking to have a very good run. His own no contact behind. I believe that's Cal Zimmer. No, that's a driver made contact with the number 99 of Johnny Berardi. I want to say is Johnny Berardi has taken it to the garage. I'm trying to pull up a replay, but my telemetry thing is being a little annoying here. Scrolling down, I'm not seeing anything. Oh my goodness, I have no replay of that. Unfortunate, as that's some heavy damage for a bunch of these drivers. Well, we saw it there briefly. I want to say, I know for sure Johnny Berardi was involved. As we have a wreck in the back. Caution is out. Luke Knupp involved. A fall from grace. Luke Knupp has gone on from leading this race to getting himself in difficult situations as he's now crashed his primary truck. Let's go back and take a look and see just what happened. Battling there between the number 19 and the 29. Did he get too tight? Did he get contact from the 29? Uncertain. Oh yeah, no, he got contact from the 29. And that shoved him all the way up into the outside wall. Heavy damage for Luke Knupp. His night is not done, but he's definitely going to be using one of those 2 fast repairs. Let's go on board. Well, let's not go on board. Let's get this from a bit of a bird's eye view. Let's take a look at it from the blimp cam. Looks like the 19 maybe checked up. No, he didn't do anything. Number 77 did not see the 29, made a move on the inside. And unfortunately, that's what happened. It's a type of racing deal, as all the drivers are going down pit lane with the exception of Chris Roberge. He's going to stay out to lead 1 lap. But every other driver is finding themselves down in pit lane. Trying to see who's going to come out of this on top. Tanner Sharp has been doing a great job leading the race so far. And with the pole sitter taking himself out there, well, I'm not sure if he took himself out, but getting involved in an incident there, it's looking to be maybe Tanner Sharp's day, as he's going to come out of this leading the battle on pit road. Of course, Chris Roberge is currently in first place, but he may just be trying to lead a lap and then dip down pit lane. You know, it's not early into the race, but at the same time, this is one of the earlier opportunities that they can do this. Chris Robert's going to try to lead a lap. Let's go see if we can get a quick word with the number 3 of Tanner Sharp. Gonna give it a little bit. Our pace truck is, or the pace car is going to be running around one more time. So let's go see if we can get a quick word with Tanner Sharp. Tanner, you got a copy?
Yep.
All right, Tanner, you've been doing a great job leading this race so far. 35 laps into it so far. You know, it's not too bad, but we need to know. How do you feel right now? How's the truck handling?
Pretty confident. I mean, I feel like I got a lot of grip. I'm a little tight, but I know how to handle it, and I'm whipping onto the walls like crazy without touching them. This is a great handling race truck for me tonight.
And that's great to hear. And do we have your spotter here as well?
A spotter? No, that's Dave Early. He's racing with me tonight. He wanted to join us, and we're just kind of hanging out, chilling, and he's trying to get his laps back. So just kind of having fun.
And that's great to hear. Before we let you go, anything? What's your battle strategy right now?
Stay up front.
All right. Well, good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you when this race is over.
Sounds good. Thank you, Carlos.
All right, that was Tanner Sharp we were speaking to. And it looks like the number 98 of Chris Roberge is electing to stay out and maybe save some tires, as he is not going down pit road at all. So Tanner Sharp is technically in second, but he's got the inside line, a very good spot for him with Chris Roberge on the outside. We're expecting for Chris to lose the lead with the older tires he has, almost 25-ish lap old tires in comparison. David Wilson in third. Cal Zimmer, unfortunately, in fourth. May not be in the best spot for this at all, but he's going to be trying to get something done. That pace car is going to be ready, getting ready to leave very, very soon, and we're going to be going back to green even sooner, as the pace car is out, and the drivers are getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Exiting turn 4, they're going back to green, and green flag is out. Christopher Burge actually is able to clear Tanner Sharp going into turn 1. No problem there as Christopher Burge is going to hold on to the lead, but Tanner Sharp gets a good run and he is going to go around. He saved it. Oh my goodness. He did the same thing that we saw earlier in the race from the 45, just giving it too much beans on the inside on the start of the race. His caution is out. Andrew Smith looping up, Doug McCollum involved. Heavy damage for some of these trucks. Let's go back in time and see just what happened. We're gonna get a visual on the entry of the court. It's a little hard, but the 87 is unfortunately drives it in too deep and gets the number 33 and the 77 as both of the white and purple trucks are heavily damaged. Heavy damage for all of these drivers. Let's go on board the gyro cam on that number 87 of Andrew Smith. Oh, goodness. That's a lot of damage. Let's go on board Doug McCollum. I know he was not expecting something like this. Let's also go on board his gyro cam. Wow. Just the passenger on a ride there. Doug was trying to do the best he could, making sure everybody had enough space, and unfortunately that ended up happening. He had to take a tow. That's not going to be good for his chances at having himself a decent finish, as he's going to be going 1, maybe 2 laps down at this short track. David Wilson, your current leader, after we saw Tanner Sharp give it a little loosey-goosey there on the exit of turn number 2, similar to what we saw number 45 pull off in lap number 1. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a quick word or two with David Wilson. Never mind. I do not know where he is. So we're just going to go ahead and pull up the number 45 of Eddie Hawks. There's a word or two I kind of want to have with Eddie. Eddie, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy, close.
How are you doing today? We saw a little mishap of what happened to you in lap 1, and you know, don't feel sad or upset or whatever. It happens. We saw Tanner Sharp do the same exact thing on that last restart, but other than that, how's your night going for you, my friend?
It's going pretty good. Yeah, that little cold tires. I didn't get loose at all in all practice. And what a time to get loose. But anyway, I'm trying to work my way back up. I think I'm up to 6th again, so kind of hard working through traffic, but just gotta be patient.
Yeah, that's right. We're almost halfway point to the race, but we do have people out there watching you today. I don't know. I already gave them a quick shout out earlier today, but I'm sure you want to give them a shout out in your own voice. So I'm going to give you the moment to do so right now.
Yeah, if Brian or Sean, anybody out there watching, and anybody else that put the link up, hey, hope you guys are enjoying the show.
Yeah, it's a shout out to the Paralyzed Veterans of America Central Florida chapter. Thank you, Eddie. We wish you good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you when this race is done.
All right, thanks a lot, Carlos.
I'm gonna go ahead and move him back to where he's supposed to be, as we're gonna be getting ready to go back to green. Lights are off. 9 laps to go when we cross over the line till halfway. This race is gonna be over very, very soon. This car is getting ready to pull off. These drivers are itching to get back to green. They want to have a long run. They want to see that they have what it takes to win. Green flag is back out as number 20. David Wilson's going to be the new race leader. Going into turns 1 and 2, no competition for number 20, Dave Wilson. Kyle Zimmer right behind him, battling with Joe Torres. Joe Torres, an amazing run from all the way in the back of the field. Up to second, while battling for second. He may clear him going into 3 and 4. Yes, he does. We have a new second place driver, and it's none other than Joe Torres. Now, battle for third is Kyle Zimmer and Frank Hughes. They're saving in the back as whoa. I believe that may have been Fernando Matos getting a little bit of the good old loosey-goosey there in the exit of number 4. Up in the front, though, number 25 and 83 are still battling it, but I'm giving the advantage on over to the number 25 of Kyle Zimmer as he's looking to get himself clear of any trouble and needs to settle down in third place. Taking a look a little bit further back, we see number 19 of Justin Hughes. We saw him, whoa, is that number 14? It's the 14 of Ethan Thompson as David Wilson just ran the fastest lap of the race. What a move! Ethan Thompson got himself a little loose as well, but he's going to be able to maintain his spot. Maybe no. Tanner Sharp is now trying to rebound from his almost spin in the last restart to now. Oh, sweet. Just got a notification of something cool. But yeah, till now, where Tanner Sharp is back up in the top 5, but he wants to be in the lead because he knows that this race is his tonight. Number 25 trying to battle back against number 29 of Joe Torres. This is a battle for second. 25, we saw him losing a spot and then a second, and almost losing a second. But now, trying to get himself to second to maybe challenge for the lead at some point. But with 4 or 5 laps to go before we go to halfway, it's going to be a close one indeed. Fernando Matos, we saw him get a little loosey-goosey earlier. He's got some right side damage on his truck. We saw how that affected the number 77 of, oh, pardon me, I had a little brain fart there. But we saw how that affected number 77, Luke Nupp. Speaking of Luke Nupp, he's actually recovering all the way back up to 7th. So still not where he wants to be, but he needs to put himself in a position where he has to be consistent, maybe not get some damage, and if he does that, we may see him running back up near the front at the end of this race. The battle for the lead here on the edge of the corner. Not the lead, second place, Joe Torres and Kyle Zimmer still at it. Frank Hughes right behind them, making sure that he'll take anybody's spot if any of these drivers makes a mistake. It may not be at halfway, but if we get a long run, we may as well be near the end of the race. As number 25 drives it deep into the corner on 3 and 4. Getting the exit of the corner, the advantage still goes to number 29, Joe Torres, as he's going to get cleared. Entering 1, he does. No problem there for number 29, Joe Torres. Maybe a little bit, he's giving a little bit too much beans there on the edge of the corner. Got a little too tight, but was able to not lose enough speed and is able to maintain his second place position driving into the corner 3 and 4. Maybe a little bit too hard, but no, it's a beautiful corner by the 29 Joe Torres as he's trying to pull away from this now battle for third. In the back, Joshua Riddle and number 19, Justin Hugh, are trading places. Is actually number 24 has just been passed by the 19, but there's also Chris Roberge there in the back. Also wants to get up a couple more spots. Trying to take a look at what other battles we may have in the racetrack. This one would be the closest. Currently, let's go ahead and pull it up. A battle for 11th. Although I'm not too sure. Yeah, for 11th is, whoa, a little tight there going into the corner. I thought it would have been a caution for sure, but great driving by some of these guys. Great awareness to maybe back off a little as we are now past halfway in this race. Number 14 and 77 battling now for what is sixth place. We saw Luke Nupp getting back up near the front as well. Oh no, I think he made contact with the wall. He has some side damage now. That is not what he needed. Yeah, he does have some side damage. Almost makes contact with the 45. That's not gonna be a happy hamper in the 45 for sure. But Luke Nupp does have some front end damage, right side damage, I should say. And well, we saw what happened last time. We're hopeful that he's able to recover. It was just a little fluke because he is out of fast repairs for sure. "53 laps into this 100-lap race. David Wilson, your new race leader, doing a great job holding on to it from number 29 to Joe Torres. We saw 29-25 battling for a while until it ended up going in the advantage of the number 29. 25 has separated, but now new fourth place driver, that's going to be Tanner Sharp. Tanner Sharp trying to make a comeback from that issue he had 2 restarts ago, getting a little loose, trying to get by a slower vehicle on cold tires. Didn't spin out, but did lose a lot of time. Still, what a great recovery from Tanner Sharp, and I know he's going to be very excited about that. Let's go on board with him for a couple laps and listen to his engine purr and just see how he's driving some of these corners. Battle for the lead now as number 29 is there with the 20. Battling side by side, these guys go in the middle and the exit of number 4. Advantage goes to the outside line because that's where you want to be when you're trying to pinch one of these drivers down. Number 20 trying to hold on to his lead now as number 29 and the number 25 have all been driving up to maybe catch and battle for that lead. Number 20 of David Torres, now his rest is gone. He needs to be on the defensive side now as the 29 is there. Still, we have about 43 laps left, maybe 42 when we cross the line. 29 is going to be looking on the inside. There was some lap traffic that the 20 had to navigate as now these drivers are going side by side for the lead in turns 1 and 2. Exit of the corner, they had the dog-leg advantage, may go to the inside line as we may have a new race leader when they go into 3 and 4. Number 29 of Joe Torres driving in there deep is not gonna, well, maybe he might just clear the 20. He does, as David Wilson has lost the lead. He is now in second place. Joe Torres, your new race leader. Joe Torres, oh, never mind, Luke Knupp involved in the incident. Caution is out. This is, Luke has no more fast repairs and it looks like he's taking a tow. Let's go back in time and see just what happened. Luke Knupp has nobody behind him or around him. The 45 is there as, oh, drives it in there too deep in the corner, and the 45 couldn't really do anything as both of these drivers heavily involved. Luke Knupp's night might essentially just be done. Go on board the gyro cam. Heavy damage for both of these trucks. As let's find the number 45, not the 45. I mean, not Christopher Burge, I should say. I'm trying to, where is he? Oh, I found Eddie Hawks. All right, let's go back in time just a little bit further. All right, here we go. On board, Eddie Hawks couldn't do anything. He tried to check up, but there was just not enough time, not enough space. As all the drivers are going down pit road, being led by David Wilson, your new race leader. You're gonna see who's gonna come out of this on top. Tanner Sharp is always good for this, but it looks like it's going to be the 25. Wow, almost. There were definitely 3 wide there for the battle. I think it's 25, then number 3, then number 29, but I'm not sure. We're gonna take a look and see how iRacing is gonna line them up, but we're gonna go ahead and take a very quick break. We're still gonna be here on the picture, but we'll be right back for some green flag racing. With the lights off in the pace car, I keep on trying to say truck, that's not the case, but with the lights off in the pace car is pulling off. We're gonna go back to green flag racing with the number 25 in first, Tanner Sharp in second, and we're gonna see who's gonna be leading the race when they exit number 2. Green flag is out, no problema for number 25, a college member, Tanner Sharp, now having to hold off second place against the 29, and he's gonna go around. Is the caution gonna come out? It does. 29 Joe Torres pulling a Tanner Sharp, pulling a Eddie Hawks as he's bringing out the caution. Little too much beans there for the number 29, but did not hit anything or anybody, so truck should be okay. He's just all the way down in 19th right now. Let's go back in time. That was something these drivers have to be careful for, specifically the third place driver or the second driver on the inside line. That's what we saw out of the other 2 examples, and that's what we saw tonight as the number 29 Joe Torres is the third driver to spin out on a restart on the inside line. Still, aside from losing all those spots, his truck is A-okay. Just took out a cone, but he'll be fine. He's gonna get some fresh Goodyear tires, and he'll try to get himself back up to the front just like he did the first time. So we're gonna take another quick break, and we'll be right back when the green flag comes out. And with the lights off, we're gonna have ourselves another restart on lap number 70 with 21 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line. I still don't really know who's gonna win tonight's race. One of the things though we do gotta watch out for is that number 20. Not because he may win the race, but because he's starting second on the inside, and we've seen what happens to some of these drivers. Second on the inside line on a restart, they push it too hard, they go around. Green flag is gonna be coming out any second now, and it is out. Green flag is out. This battle for the lead continues. Actually, good start by the number 3, Tanner Sharp, but Kyle Zimmer's going to be looking for that lead. No problema going down into turns 1 and 2. No problems there. Nobody has an issue. Not on the inside, not on the outside. As Kyle Zimmer, Tanner Sharp, David Wilson are pulling off away from each other. Tanner Sharp right in the back bumper of the number 25 of Kyle Zimmer. Nothing happened there, as now Frank Hughes is looking on the inside, or tried looking on the inside of the number 20 David Wilson. No problem there. Tanner Sharp right in the back bumper, chooses not to make them. Caution's out. What happened? Cody Clark may have been involved in an accident there, as the caution has come out once again. Let's go back in time and see what happened. Ooh, wow, a little rare, too much beans on the exit of the corner on 4. That's not something we've really been seeing too much tonight, as that 92 has heavy damage. Should be okay. It's actually not as heavy as I thought it was. He should be okay, but still lost a couple spots and is not, his truck is not performing the way he wanted it to go tonight. Go and see what else we're taking a look at. Another quick caution coming out right after a restart. Sure, these guys are getting tired, but with the race almost done, they're all looking for opportunities that they can, and they're more than likely, I believe at this point, assuming it's going to be a very short run type of race, especially with less than 30 laps when we do go back to green. Some of these drivers electing to go down pit road. Remember, only 8 sets of tires for these drivers. Some of these drivers have gone down pit road. Let me take a look. Oh wow, actually from what I'm seeing, the worst case is somebody's gone down pit road 5 times, so it's only 6 times. Whoa, no, never mind, sorry. Brian Lowe has gone down pit road 7 times. But the average is 3 to 4 times. So these drivers have plenty of tires left, for the average. Let's go see. We tried talking to David Wilson, but he's not available, it seems. Who else could we talk to? Actually, I think I know who I want to talk to. Here you go ahead. Bring him up. Joe, you got a copy? Joe, this is Carlos from the 3-Way TV booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's a little late now because you lost a couple spots, but you had a fantastic drive to the front from starting all the way in the back. You got yourself to the lead, and then you tasted it just a little, and then on the restart, on the second driver on the inside line, you did what a couple other drivers have done tonight. Give it a little too much beans on the exit of 2 with cold tires, and you gave yourself a little loop-de-loop. So, how's your truck going tonight? Do you think you can... Let me go ahead and move Joe and bring into the room that he's supposed to be. I believe they're going to be having 1 to go this time by. Take a look at the pace car, and 1 to go. It's still early. We have 25 laps to go when the race goes back to green. I really don't know who's going to win, honestly. I still don't have a clue. It's anyone's guess. But I do have a feeling I think the winner is going to come from the top 5. Current top 5 right now, the winner's going to be one of those. I just don't know who. This car's going to get ready to pull off the racetrack. We're going to be seeing who's going to end up winning tonight's race. 25 laps to go. It's a nice, beautiful, short run here in the desert at night. Number 25, the number 3, the number 20, the 83, and the 14, your top 5. Pace car is off. And the trucks are back under green flag conditions. Tanner Sharp maybe getting a little loosey there on the start of the green flag run, but no problem there for the 25. Is able to clear himself in first with the number 3 at Tanner Sharp in second. Then Frank Hughes is able to get third over to number 20 at David Wilson. Nope. Oh wait, caution's out. Oh no, something happened. I don't know what. Let's go to the yellow flag. Let's go on board one of these drivers and see if maybe we can see just what happened. Oh, not sure. I think Thomas Johnson may have gotten a little damage there. There's a spin up ahead. Number 4, Nick Attila goes around. That's no bueno. May not have any actual damage from what I can see. But let's go on board into the blimp cam. See maybe just what happened. Contact from the 19. That's the second time tonight, unfortunately. A similar incident there with the 19. 4 goes around. He does have some damage, but he may be A-okay. As whoa, we have a developing news. Drivers, the leaders have gone down pit road. Whoa. Wait, what? What? Hold on. Something just happened. Something bad just happened, I think. There's yeah. I don't know what happened. So let's go back in time. I forgot to press the button. I'm so stupefied right now. It said the 3 at Tanner Sharp went down pit lane. Elected not to. And I think that juke may have just costed some of these drivers. Hold on, I have to go back in time. I'm so confused. Alright, let's go ahead and pull up that blimp cam again. Alright, so we saw the 3 going down pit road. It was a little juke. The 83 fell for it. And Tanner Sharp pulling back up to the front. 83 said, oh, no. Oh, it was too late. Hit the... Oh, man. Ooh. That's not what these guys wanted to do. So heavy damage for some of these guys. 83, number 20. Wow. Let's go and quickly have a quick word with Tanner Sharp. Tanner, it's one of the very few times I've ever seen a juke work, and wow, did it work.
Yeah, it definitely did. I was looking at my rearview mirror and I think something happened on entrance pit road, so it's like, holy crap, that happened? So, yeah, I juked out Kyle a little bit to get the lead because if we keep getting these cautions, I ain't going to be able to pass him, so I'm glad that worked out.
Yeah, as you guys have one to go right now. Yeah, it's, yeah, I saw essentially the 83 followed you and then tried to dip out, but was too late and tried to get back into pit lane, but hit those sand thingies, and then the number 20 ran into the back of him. So that's a juke and a half right there, but we wish you good luck on this restart.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, well, that's interesting there. I don't think I've seen a juke work. It's a very rare. We're gonna have a restart with 20 to go. But man, I don't think I've ever seen any drivers get involved like that. Wow, that's just. I mean, I'm not faulting any driver there. It's just heat of the moment type of things. But oh man, that's like in soccer when a player jukes another person, the other player just falls down or something. So, really good for the 3, good for the 24, and these drivers that stayed out, not good for the 83 and the number 20, as they're all the way in the back now. Green flag is back out. Tanner Sharp, clear of anybody there, no pressure from any of these drivers, as now there's a battle for second place between Joshua Riddle, number 24, Derek Castor, and Ethan Thompson. This is going to be your battle for second, trying to take a look in the back. If Tanner Sharp keeps getting his way, there are not going to be too many, or we're going to have a lot more restarts going on as we're trying to see David Wilson going 3 wide, trying to make up those spots that he lost from making contact with the 83, and he's doing a really good job. Currently up to 12. So a lot of spots he's been making up recently. His number 19 there is on his inside. No other problem there as the top 3 are kind of separating themselves up from the rest of the group as a 14 tries to make a last-ditch effort to pass number 24 on the outside line. Doesn't really work out, but Fernando Matos and Billy Wise battling for 4th and 5th place. Pardon me, they're battling for 5th place overall. Fantastic drive and a fantastic lap by Tanner Sharp. With old tires, he's able to pull off 20-lap old tires. He's able to pull off the fastest lap of the race. So Tanner Sharp really doesn't need tires right now because he's able to pull away and put faster laps, even on cars that have fresher tires. Tanner Sharp looking to win tonight, get himself the first victory of the season in the Truck Series. But Fernando Matos was able to get by Billy Wise, as Fernando Matos is currently running in 5th place. No other battles happening in the back. We saw the 45, number 29, Joe Torres. We talked to him earlier. Unhappy with the spin he made, but he said it's up to the other drivers if he's going to get back up to the front. And it looks like the things are settling down a little. There was almost a little bit of contact there between the 28 and the 29. No problem there. Even for the guys behind him, number 20, David Wilson, had to back off a little to avoid making contact because he's now back in the top 10 and is currently battling the number 25 of Kyle Zimmer for 9th and is actually able to get by the number. Wow, a lot of these drivers. So now put the number 20 in 8th place, actually battling for 8th place right now with number 25 of Kyle Zimmer. These drivers are trying to make up some lost ground. We saw Kyle Zimmer going down Pier Road. David Wilson also going down here with Frank Hughes, and unfortunately Frank Hughes made contact with the inside with the with the pit wall, as was able to get a fast repair. That may have been his first, if not his second, fast repair usage. So all the way in the back, some of these drivers are at right now. But you're not missing anything up front. Tanner Sharp, 7 tenths of a second lead over Derek Castro, who's got almost a second lead over Joshua Riddle, who's got 7 tenths of a second lead over 4th place. We're going to see what other battles we may be having out on track, and this is honestly the closest thing going on right now. A battle for 12th place between, essentially 11th place between Connor Berry, Justin Hughes, and Frank Hughes. All these laps that are running, initially we thought it was going to be bad for Tanner Sharp and some of these guys that stayed out, but with what happened a couple laps ago with Tanner Sharp running the fastest lap of the race on 20 plus lap old tires, it's honestly going to be his race to lose unless there's like a last minute caution or something else changes. But if this goes green, I'm expecting to see Tanner Sharp in victory lane. Question is, where will David Wilson and Kyle Zimmer end up at the end of this race? I'm thinking Kyle Zimmer may be able to get top 5. I don't know if David Wilson will be able to get a top 5 as well, but I'm thinking one of these drivers is for sure going to end up in the top 5 when the night is done. Fernando Matos battling against Ethan Thompson for 4th place. Excellent run by the Brazilian Fernando Matos. It's 2 weeks in a row we've been seeing him coming alive at the end of the race. And if that's something that Fernando Matos is going to be specializing on at this season, then that's something that he desperately needs, because now he's going to go 3 wide going into turns 1 and 2. For 4th place, gets a little loose entering the corner. Number 29 is going to get by into the top 5. Kick Fernando Matos out into 6th place. But Fernando Matos, we saw commenting earlier, looking strong at the end of the races. That's something you need if you want to win. He has 1 career win in this league. And he may be looking to try to defend off 6th place against the number 25 of Kyle Zimmer. He's all Kyle Zimmer, the driver that went down pit road a couple laps ago. He's the first driver on fresh rubber, as he's going to drive it in there deep. Fernando Matos is going to drive it in there deep to hold on to his position. Great drive off number 25 as they may be going side by side there for 6th place. Tanner Sharp not really pulling away from Derek Castor, but both of those drivers are pulling away from 3rd place, so really nothing up front. As now 25 is trying to get by into 6th place on the outside line. Very interesting indeed. But when when you have the fresh tires, and there's less than 8 laps to go, and you need to get in the top 5 to prove the commentator right, you gotta do what you can. As he's now looking on the inside of number 14, going into the top 5 and making me sound smart for once. The number 25 of Kyle Zimmer. Is he going to be able to get into 4th place? Maybe, but I don't think he's going to get past that. But will David Wilson be able to maybe battle for the top 5? If Kyle Zimmer ends up finishing 5, David Wilson in 6, then it's going to end up kind of like how I predicted. Number 14 of Ethan Thompson did a great job trying to hold off. Drove it in there too deep into the corner. He's going to lose on to 6th place, maybe more. The 17 of Fernando Matos is battling Eddie Hawks there for that spot, putting them side by side, 2 rows deep, as Eddie Hawks is able to get a really good drive into the corner, leaving Fernando Matos by himself all the way in the outside line, and now dropping Fernando Matos down onto 9th spot. Still, if that's where he finishes, it's not a bad run overall. It's actually 9th is where he started tonight's race. Be a net even race for him. Of course, he wants to get a top 5. That's 2 weeks in a row he would have been denied if he doesn't finish in the top 5 this week. Nothing else up front. Derek Castor just catching up to Tanner Sharp a little bit. Still not close enough for me to put a camera down in there, but 3rd place and back, they're really not doing anything that they can to get themselves in a decent position, as we have less than 5 laps to go in tonight's race. Or I should say 6 laps to go in tonight's race, because we're about to hit 5 laps to go. I said there wasn't close enough for me to put a camera, but Derek Castor's been really running some fast lap times these last 2 laps, and he's really caught up into the back of Tanner Sharp. Taking a look at some of these 1/10 of a second faster, some of them 2/10 of a second faster than Tanner Sharp. Look out, Tanner Sharp, you may have some competition there for you. These last few laps, less than 5 to go when we cross the line. Will Tanner Sharp be able to get his first win of the season, or will Derek Castor be able to upset Tanner and get the win over Tanner, number 3 machine? 4 laps to go this time by. Everything else is looking mighty calm right now as Eddie Hawks and Fernando Matos continue to battle side by side for a spot. Pardon me, Eddie Hawks and Ethan Thompson, I should say. No problem there for Tanner Sharp. Derek Castor, these guys pulling away from the rest of the competition. Derek Castor may have something in store for Tanner. If he can get close enough with a few laps remaining, he'll be there to pounce. He'll be there to make sure he gets number 1 spot, and he'll be there to spoil Tanner Sharp's dinner tonight. Because Tanner Sharp, he's hungry. He's trying to get that win, and he's trying to do the best he can to not let anybody eat his food. Going to the corner, diving it in there. Deep goes the number 12. 3 has no choice but to give him room. He doesn't, and the wrong caution's gonna come out. Oh no, Joe Torres involved, 99 Berardi involved. Tanner Sharp definitely not gonna be happy over that, as contact was made. His truck is stalled. I believe his truck should be good enough to continue waiting for the rest of the vehicles to go by, and all those spots lost. Tanner Sharp not be happy about this. Gonna have a green-white checkered, as let's go back and take a look from a different point of view as to what happened. You saw these drivers, number 12 drove it in there deep. Oh my goodness, he drove it in there really deep, and unfortunately wasn't, I mean, that's just a racing accident. There's nobody's fault there. Berardi couldn't do anything about that. Ran right into the back of Tanner Sharp, giving Tanner heavy rear end damage. Essentially, I'm assuming ruining Berardi's own race in the process. Let's go in the gearbox and then eventually the gyro cam to see what we see on our end, on his end. He's pitching him as low as he can, and unfortunately that strategy can backfire just like it did there. Almost would have been a great save had the number 99 not run into the back of Tanner. Tanner could do nothing but wait for all of these drivers to go right up on by. Let's go ahead and bring in your current race leader, Derek Castor. Derek, you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, we saw what happened there. Some hard racing when you're trying to go for the lead there on what could have been 3 laps to go. How's your truck handling right now, and what happened on your point of view?
Well, the truck's driving great. I was able to reel him in. I was hoping to just get next to him and take the lead, but I don't know if it was a little bit of a netcode thing on iRacing side, because we were next to each other and we just barely banged doors, and around he went. So I don't really, obviously never want to intentionally wreck somebody, and that was obviously not on purpose, but it's a shame. I was racing good with Tanner, and I don't know, hopefully I can at least try to get the win to make up for it, but I don't know, I feel terrible.
Well, the only thing I can tell you is, from my point of view, it was 100% a racing accident. You guys were both going at it hard, and knowing Tanner is, even if he's mad right now, it's going to be something that he's going to understand later on. I mean, for sure, there's no signs of you doing that on purpose, and it's just a close racing. So we'll see what you can do out there with green, white, checkered. You got a couple strong run contenders behind you, number 29. You also have a couple drivers on fresher tires, such as Kyle Zimmer and David Wilson behind you. So you're gonna have everything up. You're gonna have to handle with. So we're gonna let you go, and hopefully you can get yourself the result that you want tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, and that was Derek Castor, the number 12. We saw involved making contact with number 3 of Tanner Sharp there for that last caution. It's going to be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Trying to get a quick note on if there's one or more. I believe this may be the only attempt at a green-white checkered. I have to double-check the rules. I do apologize for forgetting. That one's on me. All right, pace car is off, and these guys are going to be restarting for what could hopefully be the last restart of the night. Number 12 takes off incredibly early, already up in the outside line before they get to start-finish line. Driving it in there deep into one. No problem there for the 12, number 29, Joe Torres. We saw him finally get back up near the front, and he's going to be right on the back bumper of the number 12. Caution is out. David Everly may have been involved in that one. Here we go on board. Here's the number 61 of David Everly. Trying to see maybe what happened there. Hey Corey, how are you doing today? Unfortunate contact between the newcomer and number 19 and the 61, and unfortunate there for the 92 of Cody Clark getting the aftermaths there. Heavy damage for all those vehicles. Cody Clark is taking it to pit road, may be done for the night, as heavy contact for a bunch of these drivers. Okay, I need to have a word with Joe Torres. Let's make sure he's not going to go down pit road, and I don't think he is. But let's go ahead and bring him on down and get another quick word with him, because, hey, he said it was going to be up to the drivers, and it looks like the drivers smiled down on him, because, Joe, you're currently in second place, man. What's your strategy right now?
No idea, because I am losing my mind right now trying to figure out how to restart this. But anyways, if we don't win this race, it's I'll just have to thank everybody that watched this race, and thank my sponsors and team. We'll do our best to win this race, but if not, P2 isn't so bad. So at this point in the season,
I believe you may have officially started last tonight. So if you do get the win, they'll be starting last all the way up to the front. That'll be interesting for sure. Still, you got a couple of drivers behind you that are also in prime contention of also winning this race. But what are you thinking right now? I know you said you don't know, but what do you think? Do you think he's going to go early? Do you think he's going to go late? What do you think you're going to do going into 1 and 2?
honestly, I'm just going to keep running my race. But I honestly believe you'll go early because the way he started this restart around it, he went early. So I'm expecting either late or a smidge more later than where he was. And in turn 1 and 2, well, it's going to depend on how far I can drive it in there without spinning the tires out and probably cracking myself and probably the others behind me.
Oh, pardon me. All right, well, thank you so much, Joe. We wish you good luck. Hopefully you have a great time out there in this restart.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, look, so Joe said that he thinks you're going to restart early, so you need to take off late to screw him, okay?
I can hear that.
Just joshing with you, Joe. Hope you have a great time out there.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Keep it up.
All right, that was Joe Torres trying to mess with him there for a little bit. Was not actually talking to Derek Castor. Now I'm going to be talking to Derek Castor. I'm kidding. I don't have him on board right now. We're going to be going 1 to green this time by. I believe that's going to be the case. Just trying to have, just trying to have some fun here tonight. These guys are out there having fun. The Fastlane Racing League, a disabled-friendly racing league. A majority of the drivers here have a physical or not physical disability out there. Some of these drivers do not, but it's always a disabled-friendly league for all these drivers to be able to race judgment-free. And everybody out there is having a blast doing so. So you do have 1 to go on this second attempt at a green, white, checkered. Don't know. Derek Castor may be the winner tonight, but if we don't have a caution and the 29 gets a decent restart, we may have a battle for the lead, but also be careful. Number 25 is there. Second driver on the inside lane. He may be in prime contention to get himself a good finish. He may also be in prime contention to spin his tires exiting number 2. So we're going to see what these drivers have as the pace car is getting ready to pull off the track. Okay, for realsies this time. Oh, he went off early. Oh, he going. That's how early he went. Joe Torres, I guess, even I didn't expect it was going to be that early. No problem there for the number 12 of Derek Castor. He's pulling off an incredible lead of already 0.3 of a second off of Joe Torres. Kyle Zimmer is currently the only driver there on the by himself on 3rd place. There's a battle for 4th and back between the 20 and number 24. No problem there for the number 20. David Wilson is able to clear the 24. It's going to try to pull off, but we got 1 lap to go. Number 12, Derek Castor, is trying to hold off the number 29 of Joe Torres. Joe Torres is close enough. He's going to have 1 attempt at it. They're wrecking in the back. We're going to try to maybe get a camera on that later. That's involving Naked Tiller, Connor Berry. Last corner. Here he goes. Is he going to give him the good old bumper? And he just not enough time as the number 12 is going to get by and win the race tonight, getting himself a victory here at Phoenix International Raceway. Nicatilla had to take a tow. Not seeing anybody else that had to take a tow. But congratulations to Derek Castor winning tonight's race. Fantastic drive. All right, here are your final results. Derek Castor getting the win tonight. Joe Torres in second, was almost there. Kyle Zimmer third. David Wilson in fourth, with Joshua Riddle in fifth. Eddie Hawks finishing the race in sixth place. Christopher Birch seventh. Vernon Matos getting himself outside the top five once again in eighth Billy Wise finishing 9th, and Tanner Sharp finishing in 10th place. Not the race he wanted there at the end, but I'm sure he'll even take a 10th place finish there when it's all over and done for. Frank Hughes finishing 11th, Ethan Thompson in 12th, Thomas Johnson finishing 13th, with Brian Lowhead 14th, Andrew Smith in 15th, Justin Hughes 16th, David Eberly, Connor Berry, Nate Catilla, and Johnny Berardi rounding out the top 20 there. Let me go ahead. Move this up a little. 21st, Cody Clark. 22nd, Luke Knupp. And Doug McCollum rounding out the race in 23rd place. Fun race overall. That was a blast, not gonna lie. I had a good time watching these guys go around in Phoenix. It's always a pleasure. Let's go see. Let's go talk to the top 3 at the very least, hopefully, and see just what they have to say over the night. What they liked, what they didn't like. And, the classic good old shout out. So let's go ahead. And first things first, let's go ahead and bring out 3rd place driver Kyle Zimmer. It's gonna take me a little bit to move him in there. Remember, Kyle Zimmer has a condition where he's unable to hear us properly, so we do have to message him for every single question we have for him. But that being said, Kyle, we need to know, how are you doing? How was the race for you, and essentially just how the night went for you overall, Kyle? Gonna give him a little bit to get himself sorted, and then he'll probably be answering his question.
Sorry. I didn't realize I had,
No problem, Kyle.
My microphone on mute. Sorry. My race's been pretty good. It was pretty fast truck. Was able to run about top 3, top 5. Truck speed the entire race. We were able to take the lead, and was able to stay up there for about 20 laps or so. I started in, I think lap 75 or 76. I figured more takers will come in around that time, but obviously I was wrong, and seems like we might have picked the wrong strategy, but because I think it will be more, another yellow flag around 10 to go or so, based how we have in front of multiple cautions from lap 60 to lap 80. So it restarted at the 14, club at 16, but they were way back up to 4th place. Then we had a caution. Unfortunately, I only picked up one more spot from there. There's really nothing I could do from there. The tires basically balanced out. Just about. But there had a great restart. The final restart was able to hold on Joe and I. I'm still proud of having pony on the spot after one of the last races, so I'm more happy to take the position here and for 3rd place. Go on forward to next week, get my home track.
All right. Well, Kyle, before I move on to the next week, I do want to know if there's anything you wish you could change if you could go back in time regarding this race.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I definitely wish I could go back and kind of wait for the show kind of catch up to that caution. I would definitely probably try to stay out. I think I probably could hold off Tanner and Derek. I feel like I was a little faster or about the same speed as Tanner, so I probably could hold him off most of the run. But again, like you said, I don't know what could be any better from there. But and earlier the race, Tanner was in front of me. I couldn't really gain any spots or any closer to him. I'm early stage of the race, so I was basically flip-flop from here.
I may even hold him up, but who knows. But unfortunately, I did come in the pit and lost all the track position. Had to rework my way up.
Thank you so much, Kyle. We do want to get your thoughts and opinions. You briefly touched on it, but just what are your feelings for next week's race?
Absolutely. I'm very excited for our next race. I believe it's at Michigan. It's my home track, and I know it's a multiple group track as well, going to iRacing. So I'm very excited to see how the trucks will handle there. I'm expecting maybe some people ride the Larson lane, as they call it, what people call them. I'm really excited to see how it goes. That's going to be extremely exciting and fun battles throughout the race next week for sure. So I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully, maybe I'm winning at my home track. Of course, everybody likes to win their home stage track, so that's what I'm kind of eyeing for next week.
All right, well, thank you so much, Kyle. Before we do let you go, you have any shout-outs you want to give out?
Yeah, I absolutely like to shout out to you, Carter, and the entire Rewind TV for the huge support for not only the broadcast and for the huge truck series. I also want to thank Billy White and the entire White Guyz brand. You check them out, the local band who's in Florida, also bands we listen to. I also want to thank to BW Design, to Polo World, for sponsorship for Granted Right and entire BW Design. I also want to thank Signarama, Holiday Beach, No Tomatoes, and entire group of Signarama for the huge support to the link. I also like to thank the Brothers for Design and Derek Casser, who won the race today. Congratulations to him once again. Also for the support to the link. I also want to thank Korner Sports for their support. And George Moore Incorporated for the race sponsorship and their support to the link. Not only just being that team in the link, but also supporting to the link. I also wanted to give everybody who participated tonight. I'm sure it was a really exciting race. I know it's some frustration here to there, and especially with the cold tires and the race tires. I've seen that in my mirror. There was some people had that issue. Probably with that. I hope everybody in the fans had a great time watching the race today, and thank you for everyone for their support to the link of the Fastlane Racing Link, and which is also the ability Racing Link. So I appreciate everyone who shows up weekly and out. Looking forward to tomorrow night for our national series, and of course next week Michigan International Speedway. See you then. Thank you, brothers.
All right, thank you so much, Kyle. We look forward to seeing what you can do next week at your favorite track. So thank you so much. That was your third place finisher, Kyle Zimmer. Let's go on if we can talk to your second place driver, Joe Torres. We were speaking to him earlier and, said he was content with a second place finish, but, that was before the actual attempt. Joe, do you still share that same happiness, or do you think you had a legit chance of maybe getting the win those last couple laps?
Put it this way. I am mixed. I'm happy that we drove back to second, but very upset that I didn't get the win. But at the same time, gotta take it how you get them. You can't be mad that you had an opportunity at least. At least I had the chance to attempt to go for the win. But again, I tried my best. I didn't want to wreck Derek, so I just wanted to give him a little bump and run. But I wasn't close enough. I missed his bumper by just a little bit.
I do apologize, my mic was muted there for a second. So congratulations, well placed second, going from the back to the front to the back to the front again. That's not something that everybody can do, especially on a short 100 lap race. Still, that being said, great run for you, another top 5. But the question is, you're looking forward to the next track next week, I believe is Michigan.
Yes, like I said earlier in the season, I think I think we'll be fast at the bigger mile to 2.5 mile tracks because honestly, our program is pretty good over there in the mile and 2 mile tracks. I feel confident for Michigan. I'm very, very excited to race Texas in a couple of weeks, but not to think ahead. I'm more excited for tomorrow because this is basically what we just ran tonight was just phenomenal. So we'll see what we can do tomorrow for sure.
All right, well said, Joe. Thank you so much. Before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs you want to give out?
Shout outs to all the coworkers, friends, family that are watching this race. I want to give an extra shout out to you guys for broadcasting this race. It's been awesome watching all the replays and everything, enjoying all the races, and shout out to all the drivers in FRL and AARL and everyone else. It's been a blast.
All right, thank you so much, Joe. We wish you good luck, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, sir. I'll see you later, bud.
All right. Let's see who else we have hanging around. Well, now hold on. Before we can go and talk and see who else we have hanging around, we got to take care of one thing very, very quickly. And that is essentially your race winner. Your race winner for the race number 4, the Wise Guys 100, Derek Kasser. Derek, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, you got yourself a victory here in the 3-Way TV Truck Series. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I wish that the net code wouldn't have happened, and I would have just been able to get around Tanner there, fair and square, but it happened, and I was really surprised I was able to hold him off on the old tires there on those last 2 restarts.
Have you had a chance to talk to him since the race was over?
Yeah, Tanner said that we're all good, and he said not to worry about it. He was more concerned about the lap car. That kind of got in the way there. That messed up his entry, so that kind of put him in a box. But other than that, he said I was good, so that made me feel a little better. And made this win not feel so dirty.
Yeah, there's only so much we can tell you. It's just from our point of view. It just looked more like a racing incident, not something that was intentional at all. And, you know, I mean, in real life, that his car would not have gone spinning around like that. That's just more likely netcode assisting with the shove. That being said, you got yourself a victory here at Phoenix, and you're looking forward to Michigan next week.
Yeah, it'll be nice to get on a bigger track. We've been kind of short tracking it up lately with these trucks. So it'll be fun to see how we do in those big packs, and should be fun.
Okay. Before we let you go so you can celebrate your win here, do you have anybody you want to shout out? Any shout outs in general, I should say.
I want to say a shout out to my sponsor running up the tab. It's a podcast I'm a part of, so I got my 2 buddies, Josh and Louie, co-hosting it, and we try to post every Thursday or Friday, which is pretty cool. Synergy
Yeah, well, yeah, well said, and I do apologize for the people watching at home. I had my mic muted there. I essentially just asked him if he was looking forward to Michigan next week. But now that my mic is back again to being hot, Tanner, you got any shout outs you want to go ahead and give out to people? All right, thank you so much, Tanner. We wish you good luck, and we'll talk to you next week. All right, and it looks like we have one more driver to speak to that's shown up here in the waiting room for a driver interview, and that's number 24, Joshua Riddell. Joshua, I actually am a little surprised you were able to finish 5th place, considering some of the damage and the issues you had at the beginning of the race near the front. You even went a lap down at one point, Joshua. But before we get there, we just want to know, I have to ask, how was your race overall for you? No, yeah? How's Well said. Well, still top 5, great run, especially considering the issues you guys had to battle through in the beginning of the race. You guys got Michigan next week. You looking forward to that track?
Years back in the day, so I've been to the racetrack in person myself, so I almost feel like it's a home track for me. So definitely hoping for some better luck there. Maybe find ourselves up at the front, and just gotta throw a shout out to George, my spotter. He's there every single week for me. Really appreciate what he does to help me get the car right and help me on the track. And my awesome sponsor, Fence Pro, for letting me put that on there this week. And hopefully we can get a good finish next week and start catching up in these points. I got a long way to go.
Well said, well said. Well, before we let you go, I literally just asked you that question. Thank you so much, Joshua, for hanging out. And we'll talk to you next week.
Oh, you're fine, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Well, that was number 24, Joshua Riddell. I apologize.
Riddle.
Hey. All right. Well, thank you so much, Joshua Riddell. That was Joshua we were speaking to. And unfortunately for others, that's going to be the end of the show tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here in tonight's fantastic race. I'm still 100% committed to the broadcast, and no, the Marlins game is not going well. So thank you so much, everybody. We will wish you good luck, and we'll see you next week for some fun Michigan racing action.